I tell you this for free. Huh? There are levels to this love thing. I can't even lie. There are levels to this love thing. And one of the greatest love stories that I know of, is the story of this man, this one man that sat down and then he looked at these sinful people. He looked at these people that have been living in sin and he's like, I still want to save them. I still want to be their God. And then he decided to send his one and only son. His one son like this, that he don't have another son. His only one son. He decided to send this guy to come and die for these sinful people. After creating these people, after they fell his hand how many times, they fell his legs and his whole body joined, he still decided and said that I still want to save them again. And he sent his son to die for us, to take away their sins. And then I'm like, hey, I need me a man that can die for me, I swear. If you cannot die for me, don't come close. On a lighter note though. And then there's a story I love so much in the Bible, the story of Hosea in the Bible. Depicts love, absolute love. And then, yeah, it's a crazy story. But then I'll give you small tips in case you don't know the story. So Hosea was a man of God. He was a prophet. And then the instruction came from God. God told him, oh yeah, go, I'm sending you to go and take yourself a wife of harlotry. Now his wife was a harlot, her name was Gomer. God instructed him to marry that woman, a harlot, as a prophet in those days. I'm sure a lot of stories must have gone round. Why would this guy go and marry this harlot? What is wrong with him? I thought he claimed to be a prophet of doom. You don't even know what you're doing. Like, how dare you even talk to us? I'm sure his dignity was reduced to nothing, but he had to obey God. And then the crazy thing was that God used his life to portray love. That was just the major thing. Why would you use my life as sample? I don't even understand. But then God had to use his life as just something to portray or to tell people about how much he loves us. And then Hosea went ahead and married Gomer. After he married Gomer, he loved her so much. And he loved her, he took her in, forgot about her past, or even if he didn't forget, he forgave her past. And then she became his wife. After some time in the marriage, Gomer decided that, okay, I'm not doing again. She carried her legs. After the whole humiliation, she carried her legs and went back to harlotry. She had given birth she had children for Hosea. But then she decided to still go back and say, she wants to go back to her former life of being a harlot. And she went back to her life of being a harlot. Crazy thing was that Hosea found out, and then he was angry, definitely. But then God told him, my guy, you have to go back and look for your wife. Go back and carry your wife. Hey. The picture, it was not clearly stated this way, but then the picture in my head was that those days, what they usually do is that they bid for this woman. So this harlot would be like on an elevated surface, and then when they are on that surface, these men will come and they would be like 50 shekels of silver, 50 pieces of silver, and 5 this one of gold, or this one. And then this person will say his own, the other person will say his own. So everybody would say it's like going and gone, like the way they do at auctions. Hosea had to go through that process. He went back and he stood, and people were like, I've also, you said you did here. You said if they find one for the night, Abi, tell your wife no, they satisfy you. Crazy thing was that they would not even know it was his wife, because these harlots covered their faces. So how would they have known that he came to buy back his wife? The humiliation. They just thought that, okay, this man is going against God. He's trying to satisfy his sexual pleasure. They didn't know that this guy was doing what God instructed him to do. And it just depicts the love of God for us. No matter how we go back to our sin, he still comes back for us. His love keeps chasing after us. God. This love is just too much. As we celebrate this Easter, let's just remember the love of God. Let's remember the reason for the celebration. And let's remember that God is love. And God's love is excess love. Jesus, you love me. Okay, forget it. But then just always remember that the love of God is just too much. It's too much. We cannot comprehend it. And the only thing we can do is to give him love back in return. Nobody wants to be in one-sided relationship. So in this relationship, Sister Nkechi, make sure you are giving the love back by serving him wholeheartedly. I love you, Jesus. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.